in such a blatant.
And it would cost $9 million to get internet to every home in the first district that doesn't have it.
So a drop in the bucket.
A drop in the bucket of that, what we can pay insurrectionists, what we can pay traders.
And that is significant. People take for granted that, cell service. Cell service is not reliable out here.
No.
You might have noticed. I don't know. But so the Wi-Fi, the internet connection is what helps.
Well, my husband's a first responder.
Yeah.
So even when we look at these services, like,
leaving,
it's a...
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I get it.
But, people be like, oh, well, I have cell phone service. I have internet service. Why should I make sure everyone else does? Well, the economic opportunity, we can talk big picture. We know the community ROI. Okay, well, your public safety.
Yeah.
It's part of your public safety, things that you benefit from. So we have to change the conversation. We can't take for granted our voter base, and we can't write people off and just say, no one cares about policy. No one's going to dive that deep into it. They just want to be riled up. Like, people vote off of emotions, which, yes, is kind of true, but the overarching emotion has been fear.
Yeah.
It's been putting that boogeyman out there, and they need leaders who will make bold, decisive action, have a plan, and execute it. And voters should be asking, what is the plan? And look, every candidate's not going to have a perfect answer to that. They're going to recognize you're one of over 400 people in the House of Representatives. But you should have a plan on how you're going to execute your plans as one of those 400 people, for sure. You should be held accountable to that. You can't just rile people up. You should be held accountable to how you're actually going to lead and how you're going to execute a plan, and be humble enough to say, I don't know everything about everything. I don't know everything about every aspect of public policy. Nobody does. But you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you and help you develop that plan. And you lead by listening and actually hearing what's going on. So we can't just keep writing people off.
Could agree more. All the candidates are running, the grassroots candidates that are running, it's an impressive group.
It is.
It really is.
I'm honored to be in this cohort.
Yeah. So, you really have to be on top of your game to be a front runner.
Gone are the days of politics of just doing enough.
Yes.
Just doing enough to get reelected, or doing enough to win the primary election, but you probably won't be able to win the general because you didn't do, didn't do the actual work.
So
we should be demanding more of our candidates.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to get to, in the fact that this group is very impressive. This group has passion. This group has a skill set, leaders, and so, honestly, who wins the primary, they're going to have, if it's a grassroots, in my opinion, if it's a grassroots candidate, they're going to have a more than decent shot. It is going to be a real strong.
The only way we're going to flip this seat is with a grassroots candidate.
100%.
Let's be very clear.
100%.
At a time where even Democrats don't have trust in the Democratic Party, how do we expect to pull independent Republican votes? And mathematically, we know we have to do that to flip this seat.
Yeah.
And I have no interest in being Rob Whitman in blue. I have no interest in not showing up, not having town halls, not taking care of my people, and making myself wealthy in this seat. Absolutely not.
You hit on something earlier about, the fear-mongering that they use in their tactics. Also, the establishment, you're not going to out-scare them. You're not going to motivate, and especially the indifferent crowd.
Well,
non-motivated.
No.
It's not that they're not intelligent. It's not that they not necessarily know what's going on. It's just, again, indifferent. Why? It is going to count. So trying to fear-monger them is not going to work. That's already been done. Mm-hmm. So it is a plan. It is, basically,
we don't have to fear-monger them because we're already living in fear.
Yes, we're living the nightmare.
Everyone is already living with that voice in the back of their head saying, what if this happens? What if I get this medical bill? What if I lose my house? What if these bills keep rising? What if my child gets shot going to school? We all already live in that. I don't need people to be more fearful, and I don't want to earn their vote by telling them they should be scared. They should be demanding more of their government. The government should work for them. We talk about the Department of Defense and how much money we spend there. We spend all of our money in the Department of Defense to keep us safe. And what if Iran nukes us? The threats Americans are facing are at home. Yeah. We should be spending money for people to be safe at home. That means you have infrastructure that works for you. That means you have reliable cell service when you need to call 911. That means you can afford groceries. That's what true safety is. So when we want to talk about defense, let's defend our future, the world that we're leaving our children to. Why are we not investing there? We have the money to do it. We just spend it on the boogeyman and make people live in fear.
Excellent point. Wow. Wow.
And I know we have a lot of great candidates running. I have to give my pitch to why.
Oh, please.
I mean,
are you kidding me?
Well, here's the thing. I can talk about how great the other candidates are. It's like, we are really lucky in the 1st district. And we do have a lot of really good candidates running. And I've said this from the beginning. If I truly felt there was another candidate in this race who had the ability to flip the seat in the same way I do, I would drop out today. But I know what it takes to flip the 1st district. And I know that because of the experience I had in the military. You know, I integrated women into combat arms as a tank commander, and armor is the combat arms of decision. We are missing leadership in the party right now. We are missing leadership in the 1st district. We need a leader who is going to show up and knows what it means to lead under opposition, to know how to walk into a room where you are not wanted, where you are not asked for, and still get the job done because you have to anyway. I've had the experience of having political arguments with people I've been overseas with. You know, they get heated, we're arguing over things, and then we can go out, do our job, and I know that they would lay their life down for me, and I would do the same for them. Know what the bigger vision is and get into this space. I enjoy having conversations with people that I don't see eye to eye with. There's people in my own party I don't see eye to eye with, like we've talked about. Mm-hmm. But we need change. We need radical change. So when it comes to flipping the 1st district, I've done the grassroots work. I understand the business side of how things actually run, and that, you know, we can't just run off ideals. There has to be an actual plan and execute said actual plan. But I'm comfortable making decisions that are going to affect people's lives. It's what I've done my whole career. I've led under opposition, and I've had to make quick decisions. We're tired of indecision or let's wait and see. Wait and see doesn't work when people are starving, when people are dying. We have to make that change, and that's why I know I have the ability to flip this seat and to actually move us forward as a country.
Love it. Wow. That's awesome. That's great. I mean, it's really motivating. To be frank, no mother will you're not going to stay on the couch when the trash needs to be taken out. So when the basics need to get done, when the core values of taking care of the house, taking care of the family, moms don't let you sit.
We don't have the option to
You just don't have the
No, here's the thing. I mean, you talk about, you want something done, you ask a mom. And it's not to say, like, you're not a mom, you don't have value. Like, I don't want it to get twisted that way at all. But when you are responsible, and I have 4 kids, 5 and under.
Yeah.
When you have those kids looking up to you to make the world better, you don't have the option to fail. You don't have the option to wait and see if it's going to get better. You stand up and you take action. Moms have always protected their home. They've always been the driver of change. And now you see it across the country. We are stepping up into these roles to lead because that is how we protect our children.
100%. So, Elizabeth, if you don't mind me asking, at another event, you had 30 days before the primary elections, early voting in the primary elections. Mm-hmm. There is so much going on. There's a tight competition, which we already covered.
Yeah.
Tight competition. You answered the call and you brought another child into your home. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's a fair question, right? A lot of people, and you know, when some friends and family found out, they were like, "Are you guys crazy with everything we have going on?" But I entered this race to advocate for everybody who can't afford a lobbyist because I see how much these systems are failing, and I want to serve. You know, I joined the military to serve. We became, you know, my husband became a firefighter. He wanted to serve, and we became foster parents to continue to serve our community and make it better. So, how could I say no? That's the heart of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah, taking in a 5th child with an hour's notice, rearranging our whole schedule, whole everything. Yeah, I had to cancel some fundraising things. Cool. Whatever. We'll come back.
Because core values.
Who am I if I got literally opportunity to make something better, calling, and I said no?
Yeah.
Because I'm too busy trying to do it on a larger scale or any of that? No, I mean, I truly believe that there is a reason my phone rang when it did. I might not know the reason. I might not ever know the reason, but I have faith that there's a reason that we were the people who were called for that. I know why I entered this race, and I'm going to stay true to my value on that. So how could I say no? That'd make me the biggest hypocrite in the world.
That love that answer. So foster parent, shameless. I'll do the same shameless promotion here, or at least bring it up. You have an event. I know it's close to Amanda. I saw Amanda's also trying to promote it as well.
Yeah,
So-
we're co-hosting with the American Legion. Is kind enough to let us use their space.
Awesome.
I've gotten involved, so it's not a political event.
Okay.
I say if you can't make your community better while you're campaigning, you're not going to do it in office. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to anybody else. You're not going to do it while you're in office.
Yeah.
So, with it being Foster Care Awareness Month, I was on a run, which is where I do my best thinking. I'm like, I want to do something about this. I don't want to be so wrapped up in campaign and school and all that. I don't do something with this infrastructure we built, right? With the platform we have online, with the mailing list, with all that. How can I do something and not just send out an email and check the book, like actually do it?
Right.
So I'm like, we could do a suitcase drive. So I jogged back home and I texted Amanda. I'm like, hey, are you available this day? I think we could throw it together. I called some contacts at the Legion. I'm like, anyone have space for like 2 hours on the Sunday that we could use as collection point? And then an hour later, we sent it out. And at this point, we have like 30 suitcases that have come in even before the event on Sunday. So we'll be able to bring them to DSS offices around the county.
That's great.
Around the whole district, actually. So, yeah.
I mean, who can argue? That's just a phenomenal cause.
And it's not something that, is that hard. And I think political events are scary for people, especially in our very polarizing times of, I don't want to like get caught at a Republican event or any of this, or like people might not agree with my opinion, or it can be scary to show up at these things, right? And that's why I'm like, I don't want this to be a political event. This is something that we have the infrastructure to send out text messages, to put up, an RSVP list and all this. We already have this. Why would we not use it to do something good like this and make it? It's not political. Not everything has to be political. I mean, foster care is incredibly political by nature.
Yeah.
But come and drop off some suitcases. We even have other candidates who are like, do you mind if I come? Like, I won't wear a campaign shirt, anything like that. Like, I just want to drop off some stuff I have. And I'm like, dude, wear the campaign shirt. Like, you're taking time out of your day to do this. Like, no, but people should know, right? Like, well, I don't mind. I mean, I'd love to not like be standing out front handing out your flyer to everybody. Cool, but like you're going and you're doing something good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, and that's the whole idea, right? I mean, it's not an easy decision or what it can be. It can be. Not for you, not for your family. Yeah. So
no, I have so much respect for anybody who runs for office.
Yeah.
Republican, Democrat, Independent, anything.
Yeah.
Like, especially at the federal level, you are putting yourself, your family out there. It consumes every waking minute, especially when we're this close to it. Like, it takes a toll financially, emotionally, relationshiply. Like, I have a lot of respect. Yeah, there's some people who are doing it for their ego and that takes over. Yeah, and I start to lose a little respect there when it becomes clear. But the people who get into it for the right reasons, like, you stay true to your values and you're willing to put that much sacrifice into serving, you have my respect.
Yeah, agreed. It's brave. It's brave. So
it's the right thing to do. I took an oath.
Yeah.
That oath didn't end just because I took my uniform off. How could I not?
I understand that oath.
It stays with you. So
yeah.
When I have the ability to do so and there's a need for me to do so, to be able to flip the seat and do it in a way that's not just backed with corporate money and it's not just serving billionaires and is actually taking care of people in a way that they haven't been taken care of, who am I to say no to that?
Yeah. And there's such a need. Such a need.
I mean, you drive around the county every day. I'm driving around the district, and I fall more in love with it. I mean, it's beautiful. Every inch of this is beautiful.
Really? Yeah.
But I fall more in love with it, and I see how much more people are hurting. Every day I hear a story of how someone is hurting, how they've been failed by a system that should support them, and that has the ability to support them. So we're going to change it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah. And can't wait for the next event. I'll be there Sunday.
Okay.
Awesome.
We'll be there.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.